Hey, everybody, thanks so much for joining me. I am so glad that you're here. We get people from all over the world, and I got to tell you, it means so much to me because there's so much going on in the world today, and there's so much to be negative about. But you guys, I just wanted to thank you. You guys are 150% positive. Really, you're such a blessing, and I appreciate you so very much. I hope that your Thanksgiving was filled with lots of food, family, and friends, and fun. I will be posting a video. Well, the video's on my Instagram right now, but I can't post music here on Facebook. But if you go to my Instagram, you can see a little collage that we put together. We played charades, even with the grandkids. It was so much fun, really. So I've got a guest for you today, and I can't wait for you to meet her and hear her story. It's really important. And I wanted to share information about an event that she's got coming up. And I wanted to also give you guys a shout out. So please, please, please write in the comment section where you're watching from. Hey, Diana. Diana's on here. Hey, Jerry from Kissimmee, Florida. And I was going to tell you to turn off your phone. So I'm going to turn off. It's live TV. Hey, Hannah. Where are you watching from, Hannah? Hannah spells her name with the two dots over it. Thank you so much, Hannah. Where in the world are you watching from? You're very kind. I appreciate that. And Stephen Ludwig, upstate New York. Lee from Galveston, Texas. Jeffrey. Hey, Tina. Tina's here from Michigan. And Sherry Bice Schneider. Hey, Sherry, how are you? From Magnolia, Texas. Now, Magnolia, Texas, have they created a new city called Magnolia in Waco? Because for the first time, we had family in, and they wanted to go visit Magnolia from the Fixer Uppers Magnolia in Waco, Texas. And it's really cool. I had never been there. It's kind of like if you live in Las Vegas, you don't always go to the Strip. You kind of learn how to avoid that, because I did that temporarily. But so is Magnolia in Waco, Texas? I'm not sure. Hey, Mary Ann from Sheridan, Indiana. How are you? Hey, John from Omaha, Nebraska. Thank you so much. Hey, Bob from Utah. And Betty John Sherburne from, it'd be great. It'd be awesome. I put my glasses on. From Onaway, Michigan. Arthur watching from Staten Island. So yeah, let me know about Magnolia, Texas. Because the fixer-uppers took over a huge part of the downtown. So Bob watching from Utah. Thank you guys. And Kevin Scholl from Omaha, Nebraska. How are you? Okay, Hannah says she's from Tampa, Florida, and a disabled veteran. Thank you so much, and God bless you. I have to tell you a story. We went to, and I'm going to bring in my guest in just a second, but we went down to Austin, Texas yesterday. Ted was on Joe Rogan, and we're going to be posting that video, or we'll let you know when you can watch it on Joe Rogan's show. And we stopped at a Starbucks on the way, halfway down to Austin, and there was a veteran that was walking in, and Ted gave him one of his coins. There's a certain handshake that you go to shake hands, and Ted gave him a coin, and I paid for his meal, his breakfast that morning. So it was just, thank you so much for your service, and God bless you. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to bring in my guest. Her name is Barb Allen. Barb, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so very much for having me.
Barb, tell me about your event coming up next month, or January, which is pretty much next month, right? Tell me a little bit about it and why you wanted to start it.
Yeah, and again, thank you for allowing us this time to share and connect with your community. It's so important that we all kind of work together to support one another. And that's really what our event is about. The Great American Summit will be in Irving, Texas on January 7th and 8th. And, its core themes are patriotism with a purpose, and it's designed to strengthen ourselves, our families, our communities, and that's how we'll strengthen our country, right? So we're going to have about 1,000 people coming to this event. We have speakers lined up and performers lined up from across the country who have stepped forward to be a part of this event, in which everything we raise is being donated back to organizations that support our military, our law enforcement, our first responders, and our at-risk youth. So right away, right off the bat, just by coming to this event, people are going to know that they're making a difference in the lives of others throughout the country.
What gave you the number one, the courage, but also the instinct to start something like this? Because putting on an event is a big endeavor.
It really is, and sometimes I can't decide if I'm happy or sad that I didn't fully grasp the complexities in which we were we were immersing ourselves in, right? But that's the way it always is. So back in 2005, my husband Lou was killed in Iraq, and we had four little boys at the time. They were just 6, 5, 3, and 1 year old. So I went through a lot of very, very, very difficult times, and there were circumstances surrounding my husband's death that just added layers of complexity to that as well, and the grief and the trauma attached. And I went to some really bad places in my life, and a lot of extraordinary people stepped forward through the years. People who knew me or didn't know me, Vietnam veterans in particular, have been exemplary in the example they set for us. And they came forward to support me and help me when I decided I was ready to put my life back together. And then just when I started to get my life back together, I noticed the divisiveness in this country, and it broke my heart. Thank you, Roger. It broke my heart to see people becoming so discontented with our country and giving up on the American dream. And really, it felt to me very personal, like the American dream and our core values that my husband and so many others have died in service of were being forgotten or dismantled. And I didn't know what I could do, but I knew that I can't let his legacy and his service and everything he stood for just fade away, right? I think we all have a duty to do our best and add value. And so we just started this platform, American Snippets, where we feature great Americans doing extraordinary things. And we've built it into a community. And now this live event where we're going to be able to bring this community together in one place in the great state of Texas, which I feel like I should be an honorary citizen of, because I love so much and I'm there more than I ever would have thought I'd be there. And we're just really excited to give people a chance to meet in person and be a part of something where we're talking about solutions, and we're taking frustration and fear and we're turning that into a positive outlet to kind of strengthen, again, ourselves and our families and our communities one by one.
Well, I'm so sorry to hear about your husband's death, and God bless you for what you've gone through, having 4 little kids, and none of us can imagine what you've been through and the sacrifices that you've made, and how it affects you on a daily basis. But I've always thought that, and obviously you do too, that in order to move forward, it's good to put the energy into an activity or event, and it's real easy to stay back and stay behind and keep thinking those negative thoughts. What do you do on those days that are difficult for you and for your kids?
Honestly, sometimes I just let myself feel it. Sometimes I just don't try to pretend I'm not feeling it, but I always set a limit. Like, okay, for 15 minutes, I get to feel sad, or for this amount, I get to get sad. But then, I have to get up and I have to move forward. But sometimes you just have to let it wash through you so you can open up and let all that good stuff back in, right? But, I have mindfulness practices that I've put in place, and gratitude is something big. I feel like when I focus on gratitude and my faith, that always helps bring me back to my center and my core and helps me get back up again. Thank you, Bob. I'll tell my kids you said that. But it requires vigilance and constant work and a constant mindset. And for me, one of the people that I turn to learn from and study from and take in some of his grace and humility and strength some years ago, when I decided to take accountability for my own life and rebuild it again, was Nick Vujicic. And I don't know if you're familiar with him, right? And so I found his videos online, and I absorbed his grace and his faith and his energy. And he didn't even know it, but he helped me get that center back and that core back. And now Nick is speaking at this event, and his nonprofit is a beneficiary of it. So for this, it's a very powerful, personal, full circle moment for me.
For those of you who don't know about Nick, I was blessed enough to see him speak at an Isogenics convention years ago. He was born with no arms and no legs, and he has such an amazing presentation. It makes you feel I wouldn't say guilty for having no arms and or for having arms and legs, but guilty that you're not doing as much as he is in the situation that he's in. He's got such a beautiful perspective on life, and yeah, it's just amazing. He's my hero. I mean, what he has done with his life and how he moves forward every single day is just amazing. So Nick's going to be there. Who else will be there?
Yeah, Nick is going to be there. Yaku Buyans, who is also from Texas.
Yeah,
Yep, you know,
yeah.
yeah, and his nonprofits that work to support victims of human trafficking are also beneficiaries of this event. So that's two great Texans we have right there coming from your own neck of the woods. Stephen Miller will be coming. He is a Guinness World Record holder in strongman competitions, and he has a faith-based organization where he counsels and mentors men to be better, family members and better representations of themselves. We have Bedros Keuilian. I mean, we have so many people. We have almost 30 speakers, right? So Bedros Keuilian. Who else, Dave? Brad Lee is coming. We have so many people. It's like blowing my mind when I sit here and talk about them. David Webb is coming. Martha Krejci. We have just extraordinary people. Crystal Tini, one of our friends, Mike Fallon. Yeah, I mean, on and on and on we could go. And they're just all people who've overcome extraordinary odds, and now they're giving back to their communities that they serve.
Crystal's great. I was going to say she's a friend of mine, but we've never actually met in person. We're one of those people, two of those people that connected during the pandemic. And that's one good thing about what we've gone through this past almost 2 years is being able to find resources that we can move forward in our lives, whether it's online learning for our kids or doing these kinds of interviews and phone calls via Zoom. So there are blessings if you look for them, Barb, right?
There are. You have to be open to them. You have to just unblock yourself and allow yourself to receive them. And then once you do that, they just keep coming, right? So you can't miss them.
Well, how important is faith in your life? Because it's everything to me.
Yeah, and my family and friends who knew me way back when would probably laugh if they hear me talk about this, because I was raised in the Catholic Church.
Me too.
And I kind of sort of stepped away from the church at some point for my own feelings. Like I just wasn't connecting with the church, but I never lost my faith. In fact, a lot of people have asked me if I was angry at God when my husband, because he was killed by another soldier, right, in Iraq. And then there was a lot of controversy surrounding his death. So, the military acquitted the guy that killed him, all this stuff. So people have asked me often if I was angry at God or if I blamed God. And the more people asked me that, the more I realized how deep my faith is. I don't think I really recognized how deep my faith was until this happened, because I never got angry. In fact, I immediately started praying and talking to God, and I have conversations with him and, my guardian angels that are not really conventional, but I just talk to them like I'm talking to a person. So my faith for me is not so much religion based. It's just something that's part of me and that has really helped sustain me through some really hard times.
Yeah. Those things that bring us to our knees often bring us closer to God.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've absolutely felt that. I've had moments where just feelings, and even things on the day that my husband was killed, just feelings and like these visions and moments I had where I actually knew what was happening, without being told. And so once you experience that and you feel it, there's no going back. I don't really care who makes fun of me or doesn't believe me. Like it's just, it's not going away. It's part of me.
Well, that's why I said it's amazing, and asked you, how did you get to be so bold and brave to put on an event? Because it takes a lot of work. I know that.
It does take a lot of work, and it takes a lot of faith, really. We are our pull. When people say, what's your plan? We didn't really have a plan. We just felt a pull. And what I say is the pull is our plan. Like, I don't know. We didn't know the details. We just felt like we were being pulled in this so much, like something is coming, just telling me that this is the right thing to do and it's important to do and this is the time to do it. And it's coming together really based on nothing more than our faith that it would. And here we are.
Well, if you have Diana on part of your team, then I know it's going to be a great event because she's amazing.
She's pretty spectacular. Yeah.
She is amazing. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here. God bless you. For people who want to find out more information, where can they go?
GreatAmericanSummit.com is the website for the event. All the information is right there.
Awesome. And how do they find you on social media, Barb?
You can find me. Barb Allen Speaks is my Instagram. I'm right out there, and our company site is American Snippets. So right there on Instagram is American Snippets, and AmericanSnippets.com is our website as well.
Awesome. Everybody go check it out. GreatAmericanSummit.com. All right, Barb, thank you so much for being here. Good luck in your endeavor, and God bless you.
Thank you. And you guys are welcome to attend. We'd be happy to have you as our guests.
Awesome. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Please share this because you never know when somebody might need to hear this information the most. Have a great day, everybody. Talk to you soon. Bye.